Welcome to Feminized. It's time for a show that turns the spotlight on the powerful women shaping cannabis culture. The cannabis industry is on fire and women are sparking it up. If you like the show, please subscribe. You can also subscribe to the Feminized podcast with Liz Grow on YouTube and Instagram. The future is feminized. Hey sis. You're now listening to the Feminized podcast. Welcome.
Hey.
Welcome. I'm welcoming myself. Brandi Dunigan, it's such a pleasure to have you on the Feminized podcast. Thank you so much for joining me today at San-a-Canna Farms.
I know, it's very exciting. I'm honored to be here. It's so cool to be here outside, right among the plants. It's awesome.
Right? So what's so dope about being here is that you live here in San Antonio. I'm right up the road in New Braunfels. And we're getting to meet. As women working in the cannabis industry, we're actually getting to have a little meeting in cannabis and among the plant, and I think that is just so awesome.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
It feels good. It keeps us focused on what really matters.
It does, exactly.
Right?
The smell itself is a constant reminder right now.
Yeah. Oh, it's intoxicating. I love it. Okay, so let's get into it. You are the founder of Texas Green Connect. Texas Green Connect is a cannabis delivery service across the state of Texas. Tell me a little bit more about that. I love it.
Sure, absolutely. So we shipped our first boxes in January. We do a quarterly hemp subscription for just Texas brands. And so we started with San Antonio area, and then we kind of move across Texas as we go. And so we started with San Antonio, then we did Austin, and now our third shipment, our Houston box, is days away from shipping. So it's just exciting. Honestly, when I started seeing, the CBD shops open up around town and then certain things become legalized and we see more products across Texas, it's difficult as a consumer sometimes to go into a shop and you're like, well, I want to try this and this and this.
Yeah.
Is this the best brand? I want to try everything, but you can't. I mean, your pocketbook, it's hard on your pocketbook as a new consumer.
It is.
You don't have the knowledge behind everything. You don't know if it's, have you checked their COAs? Do you know what's in the product?
What is a COA?
Exactly.
I mean, I think that what you're doing is breaking down such a huge barrier to new folks coming into this way of being in this wonderful world of plant medicine. You're breaking down so many barriers because the boxes themselves are so cute. You have a box.
I do.
That we'll get some shots of later,
Oh, cool.
But the boxes themselves are so cute. They're so well done. They don't feel like, cannabis or weed, because some people are afraid of that and nervous about that.
That's super important to us too, because I think we kind of talked about this before. The cannabis consumer that's already been consuming, you have their trust. You have them that they already want your product, right?
Yeah.
So you're not talking them into it. But the people that are just tiptoeing in, you really want to, it's important for us to make it attainable. And you want it to look like a brand that they may have already purchased in another certain way.
Yes, exactly. Something that I'm already comfortable with because it's you want to start using the products. You want people to use these products as quickly as possible so they can see the benefits as quickly as possible.
Yes.
That to me is the best marketing in cannabis, when people want to get it and use it.
Right.
Because I know far too many consumers who are dipping their toe in. It's like, oh yeah, I got a tincture 6 months ago.
Yes.
And I've used it a couple times. It's like, no.
Right. And that's what we try to do too, is education. So in every box we have the brand name, we have the product, we have a little bit about it, and then we even have tips. So, if it's an edible that's 25 milligrams of hemp-derived THC in there, we're going to guide them. You probably, if you've not done edibles before, start with a quarter of this. Don't eat the whole Rice Krispie treat,
Yes.
But,
Oh my God.
But you need somebody to kind of walk you through that, because unfortunately, there's still a gap in some communication with the general public and the community. So
absolutely, and there are a lot of, I think, outlets trying to fill those gaps.
Yes.
But the mainstream doesn't even know. The mainstream is they don't know what they don't know.
Right.
And so I think the way that you're reaching the consumer is just really, really smart. You know, you are literally delivering the information and the education and the medicine to their doorstep. So bravo.
Thank you.
Bravo. I love the boxes. I love getting a box.
Good.
It's like, oh my gosh.
I love sending you a box.
Yes.
It's really fun. It's really fun to pack them up, see who's there, make sure everything's good, and just think of it as an experience for someone. Because we don't want it to just be, here's what you ordered, here's what's on your packing slip. We want it to be an experience.
Yeah.
And so you're really diving into it. And like our Houston box is space themed because of NASA. And we've got some great brands in there. It's really fun. When I was small, I thought I wanted to be like a museum curator, and now I'm just a cannabis curator. So
what?
it's
I
really
love
cool.
that.
Yeah.
Wow, really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. You put a lot of thought into the boxes. I mean, you can just feel that, I think. So yeah, it shines through. So I've been just thrilled about the fact that Texas Green Connect is partnering with the Taste of Texas Hemp Cup to be the official shipping partner.
We are so excited.
Oh my God. So tell me a little bit about that. You know, what do our judges have to expect?
Sure, absolutely. So I know that you've got some great entries already coming in, and there's going to be so many more. We're excited to, again, make that into an experience for the judges.
Yes.
And so shipping them something where they know, like, this is Taste of Texas Hemp Cup. These are the wonderful brands, the farmers that we really want to highlight.
Yes.
And that's definitely like a major reason why we were excited to partner with you when you came forward to us, because that's what we believe in too. Our pride is for the state. Our pride is for those people that are paving the way, and our farmers have got the torch and they're leading us all down that path. And so however we can support them, and they are the celebrities, they're the stars. And so that's really how we want the box to come across too when we ship that. And this is the star product, and really highlight the farmers.
My God, I got chills. We are Texas first.
Right.
We are about Texas and Texans.
Right.
Our community. You know, that's so powerful, because a lot of people can forget, and brands can forget, that there are 30 million people in this state. All right, and just because a lot of them live in rural, hard to reach places does not mean that they're any less valuable than those in the big cities.
Right.
You know, I know everybody, you know, you may be dreaming of going national, cool, or global, awesome, dream big, yay. Texas is big, and serving Texas is a very, it takes a special touch.
Yeah.
I think, and so well done on that, and staying focused there.
Thank you. We're a very diverse state. We come from all different backgrounds, beliefs. That's a great thing about Texas, but the one thing that brings us together is the pride for our state.
Yes.
And so that's really what we try to focus on.
Yes, I love that. Well, I mean, just down to the logo. You know, the logo just feels Texas, but it's also like, wow, is that Salim? Just made me so happy. Love it.
Awesome.
Okay, and the second thing is, it's about the farmers, and the farmers being the celebrities.
Yes.
Right? Yes, that message is just so important for, you know, people and new consumers to understand. And I think that it's hard. It's a hard jump for consumers of big pharma to make that, oh, well, now I'm going to be getting my medicine from a farm.
Right.
Versus from my doctor, from pills, from Walgreens.
Right.
You know, and so the more we can just lean in on that and say, hey, you know, not only is this a great medicine, but this is where it comes from.
Right.
You know, enchanting them with just the farmers themselves. I think that's really smart.
The pride and the trust.
Yeah.
The trust that you have of where it comes from.
Yeah.
And nobody knows where their pills are coming from.
No.
And we get prescribed things from A to Z.
Yeah.
And so whether it's for, you know, anything to do with your diabetes, cancer medication, or it has to do with mood stability, which is so major.
God.
I mean, cannabis can help so much with that. And I'm a firm believer in full access to the plant and full use of the plant, and letting people make those decisions.
Yep.
When somebody goes into a bar to get a drink, I'm not asking them, so what's this drink for? Why are you consuming this? How much are you going to have of this? Do you know the potency levels? That's all good information to have. And if you're drinking, you want to know that. But at the same time, we're not we shouldn't be doing that to somebody for cannabis. That's a plant and not a toxin.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy. And, to take it even, a step further, so many people die from so many easily accessible substances in our society. And just the fact that there's still this bullshit excuse of we need more research on cannabis with 0 deaths.
Right.
That's the thing that I think enrages me the most about being a Texan and, having to kind of go slow to go fast, if you will, with cannabis.
Yeah, we just have to fight back harder. You look at the list of the donors that are funding the anti-cannabis campaign, and it's big pharma all the way down.
Yes. We need to do a better job, I think, of promoting that. When I say we, I mean, certainly the community, but media people. So when you get this information, would you share it with me?
Yeah.
I mean, we have to do that. We have to continue to learn together, and amplify the right voices being those farmers.
Right.
And just having people open their eyes, because I think more people will vote when they know.
Exactly.
Because that's the only thing that we really have to fight is complacency and people thinking that their vote doesn't matter in Texas.
Yeah, I fully agree. And I think it's important. I'll come out right out and say I have a very low tolerance. I've been low tolerance since day one, but I enjoy cannabis. But that's one of the great things. There's so many people like me. Tons.
Yeah.
And there's tons of people that have had some bad experiences because they don't have access to the ability to microdose. So they don't have the ability to try different amounts and milligrams and types. You don't have the ability to consume cannabis in whatever form works for you and whatever dosage works for you.
Right.
So you can't discover how it can help you.
Right. It's all about discovery and how this plant can help you, because it does. It helps everyone in one form or fashion. And it's not just about the damn THC.
Right.
Although the THC is good.
Yes, exactly.
I like the THC. Okay, incredible. So before we wrap up, Brandi, I have 3 questions that I ask all of my guests.
Okay.
And I would like to know your answers to them.
Okay.
The Feminized 3, as I call them. First question is, tell me, who's in your dream smoke circle? Dead or alive, fictitious or real?
Okay. Top of my list is actually probably Margot Price.
Oh.
I love her.
She would bring it. She would bring her own stash.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my God, I love that. I love that so much. Okay, so Margot Price, she would bring her own stash for sure, because she has her own with Willie's Reserve.
Yes, and I just enjoy her outlook on life. Yeah. I support her activism. I love her music, and she's also been alcohol-free for a while, and so have I, so I really appreciate that.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. That's really, really wonderful. How long have you been alcohol-free?
I think it's a little over a year.
Wow,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I just decided it didn't really fit in my life anymore.
Yeah, it didn't serve you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. And now that we have the farmers that are helping us and providing other options for different types of, if I would like to relax or take a load off, I have that option. So I really like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, I love that.
Okay, so my other, I'm going to say Matthew McConaughey. For sure.
You're the first person who said that.
Really?
Yes,
oh,
and that's a
that's
really
such an
good
obvious one. I thought that everybody would say that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Margot can bring her stash. He can bring the bongos.
Yes.
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 And then I also am a very intentional consumer, so I like to kind of view how everything's going to go, and I need some entertainment.
Yes.
And so I think Robert O'Keefe, a great storyteller, would be the perfect addition, little group of people. So
I love you. And because this is my question and my fantasy, I get to be in the smoke circle too. Yes. And this is a great one. I'm fucking excited about the smoke circle. We got to make it happen. All just amazing, very cool people who are just kind of epitomize, cannabis and Texas cannabis country. I don't know. Very cool shit. Okay. Question number 2 is, what other woman right now is inspiring you in cannabis?
This is gonna seem like a church answer because I'm sitting with the Sunday school teacher right now. But honestly, when I started, it was you and Shada Tarabi. Like, to be completely honest.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you.
It's just access to your information, how you make everything so relatable. There's no, I don't know, there's not an air about you that you know more, so you act in a certain way. And she's the same way. She's so down to earth, and she really communicates stuff in such a simple way for the average consumer.
Yes.
So I really appreciate that.
Wow, thank you. That means so much. Yeah, Shada is an awesome light in the community, an educator, and just doing awesome things with Restart CBD in Austin. Shout out. Definitely, Shada. Okay, third question is, what advice do you have for 13-year-old Brandi?
Oh, wow. I have a 13-year-old.
When you told me that, I was like, wow, this question's going to be deep. It's going to be a good one.
This is gonna pass. This is gonna pass.
Yeah.
That there's so many things that seem so amplified when you're 13.
Yeah.
That don't end up mattering.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so, and I was telling you, it's so much harder for 13-year-olds today. So maybe 13-year-old advice to me is a little bit more simple.
Yeah.
It's sure, just try out for the team. Just do anything you want to do. And maybe invest in Tesla? I don't know.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, when was that? Like 96 when you were 13, or I don't know. Around there, we could have made some bitchin' investments.
Right? I know.
But, thank you for being on. And seriously, sister, I'm excited about what's to come.
Me too.
Just with Texas Green Connect and your education of the Texans and Taste of Texas Hemp Cup.
Me too. I'm
Thank
very
you for
excited.
being a partner.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
If you'd like more, subscribe to the Feminized podcast on YouTube. Follow at Feminized with Liz Grow on Instagram. Special thanks to our sponsors Moose Labs and Richard's Rainwater. The Feminized podcast is a Grow House Media production, created by Liz Grow, produced by Patrick Pope and Tanis Ray, with original theme music and audio mixing by Q at Q to King Productions in New Braunfels, Texas.